when I share with my clients the benefit of being in ketosis, how that is so therapeutic for correcting energy fluctuations, sleep problems, mood disorders, mood fluctuations, and how being in ketosis makes you feel like $1,000,000. The number one thing they tell me is, I've tried ketogenic diet, it hasn't worked. I feel nothing, right? I've been on it for 2 weeks, it hasn't helped. Give me the next 5 minutes and I'm going to explain to you what they've missed, why it hasn't worked for them. Hi, my name is Stephen Ko. I'm the Executive Health Coach at Executive Warrior Academy. I help my leaders from all over the world reignite their energy and focus so that they can become unstoppable at work in life. All right, let's talk about ketogenic diet. There's many misconceptions of what people think ketogenic diet is all about. They think ketogenic diet is all about eating all the keto-friendly foods. So they may go to the supermarket and buy anything with a label keto, keto food, keto-friendly food. They eat it up. But what they miss is that ketogenic diet is not about eating ketogenic food. What it is about is getting ketones in your blood, to have a certain amount of ketones in your blood, and that is a sign of being in ketosis. So what that means is, if you can eat donuts, french fries, and chips all day long, and you can get ketones in your blood, that is your ketogenic diet. However, if you eat all this keto-friendly food, keto food in the supermarket, and you don't have any ketones in your blood, then you are doing your ketogenic diet wrong. You are not in ketosis. So ketosis is a state of your body. It shows that your body is creating ketones, which is, I describe this as the energy currency of the brain. The brain loves ketones. And when you have ketones, you feel awesome. You feel focused, alert, and energetic. You don't have cravings. You've got energy to last throughout the day. You can pop into meeting after meeting and after meeting, and you're not going to miss a thing. You remember everything effortlessly. And when you work on your skills, you work on your ability to lead, you pick things up much, much more rapidly when your brain is operating on ketones. So how do you know whether you're in ketosis? You can eat whatever food you think is going to get you into ketosis. Reality is, one person's ketogenic food is not going to help another person's ketogenic state. Let me say that again. One person's ketogenic food isn't another person's ketogenic food, right? So Nick Norwitz recently did a really cool experiment. I love his passion for experimentation and taking his health into his own hand. And he did an experiment where he was comparing eating kale to eating chocolate. And it turns out eating kale spiked his blood sugar. Eating kale. You think kale, surely there's no sugar. I mean, how can it spike your blood sugar? But it does. So when you spike your blood sugar, it takes you out of ketosis. So kale, for Nick, is not a ketogenic food. But when he eat chocolate, even though if you account for the fact that the chocolate he ate had more carbs, more sugars than kale, it kept his blood sugar stable. Interesting, isn't it? It's fascinating how individuals react differently to different food. So it's important to know how you specifically, you as an individual, respond to food. And you use accurate measures to see if that food is ketogenic for you or not. And everyone is going to be different. How do you know whether you're in ketosis, whether you eat something that's going to spike your blood sugar and take you out of ketosis? How do you know whether what you eat is actually helping with ketosis? Now, there's two things I find incredibly helpful to get that data. First, get a ketone meter, right? Get a ketone meter and measure your ketone levels. Your ketone levels should be about 0.4, 0.5. Ideally, the strict definition, anything above 0.5 millimole per liter is you in a ketogenic state. So if you eat food and after meal, it took your ketones to 0, guess what? That food is not ketogenic for you. So that's an easy way to measure. Another easy way to measure whether you're in ketosis, whether the food you eat is ketogenic, is to get a continuous glucose monitoring device. For me, I use that with all my clients because it gets incredibly accurate data. Well, it's fairly accurate, and it gives you a 24-hour measure of how your body is responding to different type of food. So if you're eating something that's took it up, chances are you're not in ketosis. Measuring ketones requires a finger prick. So it's a little bit more cumbersome to trying to do that on a regular basis. Whereas if you wear a continuous glucose monitoring device, you have a fairly good idea if a piece of food is going to take you out of ketosis. Anything that's going to spike your blood sugar will take you out of ketosis. So that's how you know if you do ketogenic right. If you're doing keto diet right. For those of you who struggle with keto in the past, you try keto diet, it hasn't worked for you. You struggle to get the expected benefit that everyone is talking about. Better mental clarity, better energy, better mood, stable energy throughout the day, better quality sleep, no craving, all this benefit. If you struggle with any of that, I have a free cheat sheet. The key things for you to look out for when you try to adopt a ketogenic diet. Some of you might get into challenges where you might get what's called a keto flu, a transition, which is what happens when you first try to get off carbohydrates. You're going to experience like fatigue, maybe stress, you might feel hunger, you might feel anxiety. This guy will tell you what you can do with that as well. So just drop the word keto below and I'll DM it to you. No email needed. I hope you enjoyed this video today, and any questions, just reach out and I'll answer them to the best of my ability.